Thank you all for joining us tonight for Tune In Tuesday. We will be with you shortly. And I want to let you all know that you should go ahead and bow your heads for Angela Lansbury today, as she had passed away. She gave us many, many thrills with all of the great horror flicks that she was in and unsolved cases. Murder, She Wrote. Buckle up, heart, and share the show. We'll be beginning in a few moments. Thank you all for joining us. Tune for Tuesday will begin in a few moments. By the way, guys, after Tune In for Tuesday, I am not responsible for anything. Okay? You might find some facts in here tonight that don't try at home. Explicit content. Just kidding. Chris, Liepe, and Aviva will be here with us shortly, but me's the one you gotta watch out for. Yep. Thanks for joining us. Pouring rain, that's how my life's been going.
Pouring rain,
I can't wait to see the sun come shining through. All that I can think about is you.
pouring rain,
I lie awake,
pouring rain,
just dreaming of the time,
pouring rain,
lost in thought, remembering those rhymes, and wishing that those dreams could still come true. All that I can think about is you.
pouring rain,
But you don't want me, no, you don't need me. Why do I waste my time? Will I find my own true love somewhere down the line? Pouring rain,
pouring rain,
that's how my life's been going lately.
pouring rain,
I can't wait to see the sun come shining through. All that I can think Welcome to Tune In for Tuesdays. Let's begin the show. Thanks for joining us. Please heart and share it along and continue to share that love with each other one day at a time, every day. Let's do it. I'm a fool for you, 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 you. La-da-da-da-da-da. I'm a fool for you, 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 you. Since I was a little girl, I only knew what was meant to me. The stories untrue. It was in vain and at night and bed. It's just stories so I told my head. But when I met you, I just knew. We all may be different, with opinions and beliefs. But at the end of the day, we are brothers and sisters. We are family. We ask that you join us in a magical journey with artists from around the world.
Sunday, S-U-N-D-A-Y, songwriting, A-A-T-F-P.
I'm here because my father.
To kill his own family, 'cause he was insane. The story's full of darkness. The past is full of torture. So I let the light of knowledge lead the way. My voice is my true light. I speak truth and I will. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. It's very nice of you to spend this time with me. I'm really excited to have you in this video.
Well, I'm excited to be in it. Yay. And this is which number? Welcome
189.
to Sunday Songwriting. Number 189. Check that out.
Woo!
You're in for a treat. I'm not the professional she is.
All right. That's what she said. All right. This is very interesting. This week's song is actually a poem that I wrote 5 years ago. And I don't even remember writing it. But it popped up on my Facebook feed. Thank you, Facebook. I guess it was something I spontaneously wrote one morning. Who knows what was going on in my life. So anyway, here we go. It's in the key of F sharp, and I'm tuned to 432 hertz. When you try to help others, you sometimes get burned by their flame of desire to take what you've earned. So much darkness, we must put our shields up and hold a reflection of stillness, so our soul's not sold. Their hatred, their envy, their fears, don't forget. Their wounds aren't healing that anger just yet. Like bubbles of oozing oil leaking so fast. Their ominous pain any moment can blast. These are times you must stay quite secure in your spirit, not allowing your triggers to pop so they hear it. The line they are walking is thinner than yours. You've already been through those revolving doors. Awaken, awake, awake, awaken. Awaken, awake, awake, awaken. Awaken, awake, awake, awaken. Awaken, awake, awake, awaken. They are now in front of you, deciding if they should go on. Is there danger? Will they lose a better part of them? When one's purely faced with that choice to be good, just shine your light bright, don't think about should. It's your journey, you need to be focused on tight. Just as you inspire good, they inspire bad, it's a fight. You're on opposite sides of the mystery sea. So if you remain light, then light they might be. Awaken, awake, awake, awaken. Awaken, awake, awake, awaken. Our fall is invisible, ego's gentle pushing, vulnerable every moment to leave spirit's cushion. Why do we sometimes fall when we try to be nice? That's a question I've had to answer once or twice. The spirit's a flame that instantly heals, but holding it strong takes discipline when it feels like it slips out unconsciously before I know it's gone. And that's when I feel like the other side has won. These doubts crawling in fear, I yearn for validation. I get really small and hide with procrastination of cleaning out clouds of discomfort and insecurity, while all along the power is inside me with cosmic purity. I stay close to the true love of spirit, chanting high, chanting low. I choose to always be near it, always awaken, awake, awake, awaken, awaken, awake, awake, awaken. Sing sit here. Awaken, awake, awake, awaken. Awaken, awake, awake, awaken. Awaken, awake, awake, awaken. Awaken, awake, awake, awaken. Thank you so much, everyone out there, for watching. We love you.
Peace and love. This is peaceful.
Yeah, it is.
Much love.
Thanks for being here with me.
Thank you. This is awesome. Back in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yay.
So we'll see you next week. Have an amazing one. Remember to love yourselves. Remember to love your bodies. And remember that you are loved. And that peace is right here in your bubble. Claim it.
So peaceful.
If you like what we do here, please support patreon.com, AATFP. Become a monthly supporter, and you will get special MP3s and even some levels of sponsorship give you a personal motivational video by me.
That's good.
Yeah,
I think so.
it's good. It can change your whole day, your whole vibration. You might be sitting there all stressed out, and then all of a sudden I come in here and say, love yourself, Mr., Mrs., whoever you are. This is your personal message. I will intuitively connect with what's going on with you. Give you some inspiration. I've got a show Saturday night at Come Take a Bite in Tucker. Come, feel the love.
And take a bite.
Of Jamaican food. Not me.
Of course. That was funny. Make sure you're clear about where to buy it, what to buy it.
Electric number 1 wants you to play a note.
Like, okay, I'm completely out of my zone here. Now, am I going to get a lesson?
I mean, you could. So, do you want to play the C chord?
Let's.
Here, just press that right there.
Bottom one?
Yeah. And now strum. Beautiful.
Oh, that was great.
Look at that. Beautiful.
I learned something, and I'm sure you did too. Thank you, darling.
Spirits of flame. Is it boiling? It's really stressing out my wrist. Here comes Mama Dee Hyder. Just stirring it up. Just stirring up the one love. Stirring up one love. Awake, awake, awaken. These are times you must stay quiet. Stop, dryer. Procrastination. I can't say. Procrastination. Procrastination. Is this really goodbye? cannot deny a little slipped disappointment. Here we found a little peace. The silence of safe touch, of a love unspoken, his fear of being close here buries the fire. He might die if they find out. Diamonds tossed aside, so he can pretend he's got this worthless soul. Will he ever fill up that familiar void? Those captors still hold the truth. Too rare. Beware, my friends, 'cause we may never share this again. This love unspoken, his fear of being pursued buries the fire. He might die if they find those diamonds tossed aside, so he can pretend he's got this worthless soul. Will he ever fill up that familiar void? And it's just so funny how I love you so much but don't want it red. Then I saw the ugly stuff stuck in your salted, salted hand. And it's bread and honey till my vulnerability kills my ability dead on. Play with your heart, still on my dripping bed. It's that time we can't remember, and twisted up true love, bleeding our hearts into other members of our bodies, not members of our family anymore. Just a ghost who left the door ajar. And true love unspoken, I feel of the air closer buries the fire. We might die if they find those diamonds tossed aside, so we can pretend
Hey, Chris Liepe here with my daily warm-up for getting my screams, distortion, aggressive singing, growls, getting those in shape for the day, whether I'm going to perform or record. This 3-stage warm-up is very simple to do. Anybody can do it. And those of you who are not quite comfortable with aggressive vocal techniques may find that doing these warm-ups helps you discover more things about how you can access these types of techniques. Now, before you try this warm-up, you should be fully warmed up with your singing voice. And to do that, a great place to start is to check out the video that I recently did on the channel, my foolproof warm-up for singing high. Once you've done that, once you feel like your singing voice is properly warmed up, then tackle this. Be prepared, warning, there are some ugly sounds here. It's not pretty, but we're not trying to be pretty. We're trying to feel out our voice, come to terms with where our voice is and what it can do for the day. And then use it to its fullest potential without burning it out. Now, if you feel like you're stuck with your voice and you can't access these sounds at all, click the link below and join my free voice course. I'll help you free aspects of your vocals, aspects of your singing, so that you can be more likely to discover these kinds of things. The first thing I do, this is stage 1. I just give some good sighs. Take deep breaths. And notice these sighs. These particular sighs, I'm engaging my normal speech level vocals, right? Those are that's primary chord engagement. There's also some breath on either side of it, right? And on both sides of that primary chord engagement. Once I've done that, and I'm properly relaxed and maybe even feel just a tiny bit pleasantly lightheaded, I start adding a little bit more to this sigh. I'll do it and then I'll explain it. Now, what did you hear that was different about that sigh than the first sigh? The second sigh actually starts in head voice. And then it goes down to this sort of forlorn, chesty, grovelly thing. But it's important that you know, I'm starting with sighs. I'm not starting by pushing. I'm starting with this posture of release, this posture of get rid of control. And then I start to notice, okay, I'm going head voice, and then when I ground in head voice, it breaks up just a little bit. That subtle breakup is false chord, it's like intermittent false chord engagement in the midst of that sigh. Remember, our warm-ups, we want to ease into things. Ooh, there was more of breakup on that bottom of that as I cracked from head voice into chest voice. The sigh becomes a method for awakening my crack, my break from head voice into chest. Ooh, that time as I continue to give more to this sigh, I went back up into head voice. There was this sort of thing that happened. I'm waking that up as well. Now remember, my singing voice is warm, so I could easily go from some sort of note. I already have that consciousness and those juices flowing. This is really good. My sighs become longer, they become more drawn out, they become more accessible between my two resonances. So that is phase 1 or stage 1, sighing. Yeah, you're going to get a little lightheaded. If you get a little lightheaded, stretch it out. It's good to stretch this out. Stage 2, I do calculated hard onsets in various parts of my range. And then I let my voice fall apart. Like this. So I have this element of control with that hard onset. I might do a couple times. It sounds like some bird noise. I don't know. But then I let the last one out, and then I sigh out of this control. So in other words, I give it up. I give up my voice. You see a theme here. Warming up my screams and my aggressive vocals is not about finding where to go harder. It's about learning how to release and abandon. And I have to learn this almost every day. I have to get my voice to let go. And when I let go, these wonderful things come out after the ugly things come out. So I'm combining that with the sigh. Okay, do it lower. Now, when I'm doing this, especially in the lower range, I want to make sure I have a very open throat. Low larynx position, free, relaxed. You're not you're not doing that. You're still relaxing into this. Not judging anything that comes out of your mouth. Okay? Let's do a couple of those in head voice and then sigh down. Ooh, you can hear some interesting things happen as I start to sigh out of head voice. Hear how broken up that was? That was kind of cool. It starts with the most basic sigh. As I transition from head voice and I feel that break come in using the sigh as a vehicle, I start to add more support into that area. I lean into that ugliness and it creates some really interesting things. Ooh. These are so horrible. I'm sorry. Hopefully you're listening on headphones. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully someone else hears this and goes, "What?" Maybe they start making some of the same sounds just in reaction to the sounds they hear me making. Stage 3, siren up until the break. Okay, so we're going to start low. We're actually starting fry. And then, rather than doing what I did before where we sigh downward and with these onsets and then lean into it, we go upward until we feel our voice start to break. And we kind of do the inverse, but we start with this very chesty feel. Now, you hear a lot of singers do this. Whether they're doing it with this approach, probably not. But you hear people like Eddie Vedder or Jared Leto, when they start to top out in their range and they kind of, it's like that very high and then it goes to gritty, that sound. That's kind of the end result of this last approach, this last stage. Okay, so we sirened, but rather than me reaching for the notes once my voice started to crack, I activated the same sensation that I felt when I leaned into my head voice as I was going down off of those onsets. So in other words, the sigh came in to play here. Break, lean in. Very interesting things happening. My voice is starting to wake up to this type of engagement. What's happening is my false chords are becoming more and more engaged. I'm tricking this survival mechanism, my false chords, into engaging when I feel they should, instead of simply trying to protect me. Now, You can take this same idea when you start manipulating the way your mouth and your tongue work. As you go down in the siren, if you want to awaken up some growl type sounds, simply go back down and go back down to fry, where we started. Change your mouth formation and lean into the false chord engagement that you feel, that you intercepted up at the top area of your chest range. Like this. That's simply the false chords without a note. There's a note in there, right? But here, that's fry with false chord engagement. So those are the 3 stages. Start with the most natural, uninhibited, whatever your voice does, sighs. Then create these exaggerated sighs. Let yourself break from head voice into chest voice and then lean in during that sigh. And then create an aspect of control that you're going to give up with the onset exercise. That's the second stage. And then finally, do these intentionally broken sirens. These are things that I do nearly every day, and every day when I am going to warm up for aggressive singing, and they never fail. They have to be done mindfully, though. They can't just be gone through. You have to really think about what you're feeling and what you're doing. Now, how long should you do these? For me, it ends up being really only 5 to 7 minutes, but that's going to vary. You're going to have to feel things out depending on what other things you've already done with your voice, how warm you are from your singing, but that's a good guideline, a good starting point. Let me know what you thought of these ridiculous exercises. We'll see you for more. Hey, Chris Liepe here. In this video, we're going to discuss warming up, and I'm going to share with you my daily warm-up routine. In a previous video on this channel, I did a video on warming up right, and I discussed a lot of the things that I do when I warm up, and some of the things I don't do when I warm up, and the reasons why. Here's a link to that video if you want to check it out. And in that video, I briefly discuss why I don't think traditional scale warm-ups are really that beneficial. They certainly weren't beneficial for me when I was learning. And the reason is because we immediately box our voice in to doing certain things when it's not ready to do certain things. You know, da 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 da, and then we go all the way, up. We push through into the top part of our range, and we go all the way down. And the idea is, okay, let's warm up our whole range. But I find that all sorts of tensions start to creep in when we start putting parameters on our voice too early. So the way I like to warm up is by starting with no parameters and just getting used to how my voice feels for the day. And then I gradually ease into musical context, and by the end, I'm going all over the place. By the end of my warm-up, I'm going all over the place. But I've gotten there purely based on feel, relaxation, and introspection. So for the first time ever on YouTube, I have not warmed up my voice before making my video. Sometimes I warm up with a guitar, sometimes I don't, but my mindset and my methodology is the same. So you're going to get to see my full warm-up workout and hopefully learn from it. As we go through this, you're going to notice that there's a lot of things that I do that are based on fundamental singing technique. If you don't have your support dialed in, if you don't have a good handle on how to locate your different resonances, then this warm-up workout is probably going to inspire you to discover some of those things. Be sure to check out other videos on the channel and check out my free vocal course linked below to develop solid fundamentals in singing, as well as discover what your voice can really do. I usually start down from my head to my chest, and I do that because the head resonance is smoother. It's actually easier on your vocal cords when you're first getting warmed up. I spend probably more of my warm-up in my head resonance than I do my chest resonance. And that has this benefit of warming up my chest resonance in a more efficient way. Now, above anything else, as you're about to watch this, I want you to keep in mind a word. floppiness. I ease into what I do with my voice very carefully, strategically, and in a way that's very floppy. I don't go right into being super controlled, super accurate. The only thing I'm intentional about is that I'm very relaxed, that I'm very conscious of what my body's doing. You know, am I doing this? Am I tensing something? Am I doing something that is getting in the way of me listening to how my voice feels? And I had some musical context. This is a C drone. This is so important when warming up, and if you don't do this, you just harbor a bunch of tension and you take it into the other stuff that you're doing. So keep in mind floppiness. You're going to hear all sorts of things that don't sound good, especially not right away. But if you listen from the vantage point that I am rediscovering my voice every day to an extent, then the way you perceive my sound is going to help you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. You're going to notice towards the end of the video, I do get more controlled and intentional sounding with my actual singing and sound. But that's really not the point. When we're all warmed up, then we can be really controlled in what we do. Start in the head, ground in the chest. You'll notice your chest starts to feel more and more full, chest resonance that is. So keep that in mind. The goal is to warm up our voice, warm up our muscles, and develop a solid frame of mind to be relaxed and provide an environment to let our voice happen, not make our voice happen. That's what warming up is all about. I see. Descending phrase that goes from head resonance to chest resonance, and I'm just going to sing that, and this is where the floppiness comes in, because over the course of the warm-up I'm going to become more and more engaged in making things sound right, but right now I'm really just trying to be sensitive to, as I give my voice bite-sized little bits of more power, I'm being intensely introspective onto how my physical body and how my voice takes it. Usually I just make up a phrase. I feel the wind. I feel the wind. I feel the wind blow, blow. I feel the wind blow. I feel the wind blow. I feel the wind. Getting re-familiar with my break every day is really important to me, because I might use it differently depending on how my overall voice is feeling. I feel the wind, pushing a little bit more in chest. I feel the wind blow. I feel the wind blow. I feel the wind, the wind, the wind, the wind, the wind. pushing high at all. I'm maintaining pure head resonance. I stay here for a long time before I start to warm up my mix. And you'll see that process too. I feel the wind blow. I feel the wind blow. I feel the wind blow. Start adding more dynamics and more push in pure chest. Don't try to mix yet. Oh, blow. I feel the wind blow. Yeah, that breaking is good. If it hurts, you're doing something wrong. But that breaking, embrace it, especially during a warm-up. I feel that run is. It's okay. Make it not accurate because we don't want any tension at all. And I'm just using my ear. Nobody gave me a guide for that. I'm just singing what I feel like that will help me relax and use my voice at the same time. Lower larynx position, raise soft palate, let that air come through. I feel the wind blow. Yeah, I feel the wind blow. I'm feeling better. Feeling like I have a deeper sensation in my chest, which means I'm starting to get warmed up, even though I've spent a lot of time in my head resonance. Now, my very low range is going to fry out. Here's where I intentionally embrace some fry. Lower chest. Fry, especially in my lower resonance without a whole lot of push, I'm engaging muscles that I don't use necessarily for speech, unless I'm talking like this. But I am warming up the mechanism that allows me to use compression in the right way, that allows me to be more aggressive, because it's that tissue that sits directly above your voice box that is, when engaged right, going to help you sing more aggressively and more powerfully. When engaged wrong, you're just introducing a bunch of stupid tension. So, to throw accuracy completely out the window. I feel the wind blow. I feel the wind blow. Also, I'll turn on a drum loop. Yeah. I feel the wind blow. I feel the wind blow. I have zero tension. I feel the wind blow. I feel the wind blow. I feel. As you start getting warmer, you start having more control over useful fry. I feel the wind blow. It's all about letting it happen. I feel the wind blow. I am breaking up. There is no tension. I'm breaking up because I'm not trying to control it and I'm just letting my voice do stuff, but it doesn't hurt at all. That's that exposing and exploiting your break that I've talked about in other videos. Now that I'm pretty much warmed up, I'm going to start adding a bit of non-tension filled control into some of the things that I'm doing. Water's always handy. Yeah, I feel the wind blow. Oh, yeah. I feel the wind blow. I now I'm good and warmed up. My voice feels nice and full and rich, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start singing for real. The only thing that's remotely sore or maybe feels slightly overworked on my entire body, the only thing is my abdominal muscles. Everything else feels perfectly loose, perfectly tension-free. And that is my definition of a good warm-up. When I can start screaming like that, and I feel no tension sensations whatsoever in this part of my body, and I'm able to get that volume and that intensity. Now, also, those screams, those loud sounds, they were floppy. There were voice cracks. They weren't always on pitch. They were repetitive and experimental and weird sounding. There were some interesting things in there that may have passed here and there. But I'm warming up. I am rediscovering what my voice does every day and finding new things in the process. This is how, give or take, like I said, sometimes I'm playing with a guitar. Sometimes I just put on a drone. Sometimes I just put on a drum beat. Sometimes I walk around the house and don't do it with any musical context at all. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been beneficial. Again, be sure to join my free vocal course linked below if you want to take your voice to the next level. I cover in that course many ways to become more uninhibited, to allow yourself to experience warm-ups and performance like I just demonstrated. We'll see you for more.
Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam in the back of my Dragula. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam in the back of my Dragula. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam in the back of my Dragula. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam in the back of my Dragula. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam in the back of my Dragula. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam in the back of my Dragula. Do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, baby.
This is Tune In Tuesday. I hope you guys all enjoyed. We got to go ahead and tune in with Aviva Sings Out and Chris Liepe. We'll be cutting stream in a few minutes to go ahead and bring you the upside of Herd. That way we don't get cut off anywhere with Jeremy and Cal. Poetry is the nautical creation of the beauty in words. Hope for you guys to all come back at 10 o'clock and tune in with us. Make sure to tune in tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. for Motivational Wednesdays with Wally. Come join me at 9 p.m. for Whip It Out Wednesdays, where I go ahead and play all the great submissions and some tracks that I found during this week that definitely need some shout outs. Thursday, we have You Dad Me at Hello. Yes, those crazy guys. We'll see them at 9 p.m. And then tune in for Talking IT with Glenn and Tony. 12:30, we have Electronic Thursdays with Soulmate. Friday, come share the love with us as we go ahead and we have a very special interview with the Imp. Saturday, don't forget, it is our finale of the Pop to Metal contest. Make sure to tune in. If you've missed anything or want to check out more of our shows, please go ahead to either youtube.com/Angified, twitch.tv/Angified, Facebook Angified Knows, and check us out here on the lab. You have all of the great family members Monday through Friday. And so we hope that you go ahead, like, share, support each and every single one of us as we go ahead and share the love with you. With original artist, original music, be you, be heard, and be original. Whoa. It's Tune In Tuesday, everyone. So we will be back in a few minutes. But before you leave, here we go with Did You Know? Grapes catch on fire in the microwave. Do not try this at home. I am not responsible. McDonald's once created bubblegum flavored broccoli. Ew. The average mammal takes 21 seconds to empty its bladder. How long do you take? Please go ahead and accept this grocery store challenge. I challenge you to go and get 5 things you normally get from the store, not made of plastic. Send in your pictures and share your experience. It's time to change the habit of plastic. It's time to save Mother Ocean. It's time to save the world. Thanks again for tuning in for Tune In Tuesdays. If you have links that you would like to have shared and have your messages be heard, go ahead and send them to me, either here on the lab at Angified or at angifylive@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back with you.